Hey y'all, hey, welcome into another episode of the Ancestor Speak. Today's message is this is a warning. So, what I'm going to do is share warnings with you from the elevated and honorable ancestors, okay? This message came up because in meditation the other day I heard that there are going to be lots of car accidents and death associated with car accidents, okay? So, this is something we all need to be mindful of. Take it easy on the roads. If you're someone that's pretty aggressive, I would try to pull that back right about now. Like, really be calm, cool, collected on the roads. Those of you who practice Ifa Orisha, tradition, African spirituality, you should really do like a prayer to Obatala, you know, picture the energy of coolness, the energy of white cloth, calm energy permeating your vehicle, your being, wearing white when you have to drive long distances. There is a need to place like a protective energy around yourself, your vehicles, when you're traveling, when you're on the road, okay? That came through so strongly, and I knew I had to get the message out, okay? So that's number one. Number two, and I guess this is kind of connected, right? So what we're going to be seeing is like a lot of passion, a lot of passionate energy, which will cause people to move really quickly and maybe even make like unsafe maneuvers and things like that on the road. But I'm also seeing this energetically in our own lives, where some of you may be tempted to get impatient and move towards something impulsively, and it leads to downfall, disaster, loss, and things like that, okay? So there's a need to be patient, be centered and calm. Again, if you are a follower of African spirituality, tapping in and tuning into the energy of Obatala, coolness, moving at a snail's pace, right? Really centering, grounding, and slowing your energy down, because what's happening is the energy is going to start picking up. Things are getting very fiery, and because of that, we see accidents, we see missteps, we see bad decisions, bad choices. For somebody here, if you're about to sign a contract, your ancestors are saying slow down. Read the fine print. Look at everything very, very carefully, because you might sign something that binds you and limits your movements. Or like some time from now, you'll look back and regret signing the contract, okay? Your ancestors are also encouraging you to follow your intuition. Now, the thing about these warnings, guys, is I'm not the only one who is gonna, hear from my ancestors. Mediums are not the only people. Every day, your ancestors are trying to communicate with you, right? They send synchronicities and signs. They might whisper to you, and that's where clear audience comes in. You might have visions and dreams and things like that. Really pay attention to the messages that are coming through. For some of you, these messages will save your life. Also got a message about Mexico and gang activity in Mexico. So if anyone's traveling or thinking about relocating, make sure to get some type of reading or meditate and pray on it, okay, first. Let's see what your elevated and honorable ancestors want you to know. If you're interested in a personal ancestor reading, oracle decks, other products and services, daydreamaustin.com. Yeah, the first thing I'm getting is the energy of the wands, right? We have the page, the knight of wands, and the queen of pentacles. So it's showing me, again, like I said, right, passion flaring up, a lot of fire, maybe some, good ideas and things like that, but there's a need to slow your movements down with this Queen of Pentacles. There's a need to be more grounded in your approach to things at this time. Your ancestors are saying rushing, moving too quickly, taking actions that you haven't thought through can really put you in a bind, put you in a bad spot, okay? So ground your energy. Some of you need to spend some time in nature. There's also a warning coming through about being confused about your next moves, or I'm getting something about the energy of Neptune, like illusions. Maybe it's like you are delusional about something, so be careful of being delulu, of being too optimistic, not seeing something clearly. Because again, it can put you in a bad position. Someone here is getting a clear message from their ancestors that something they've been working on or putting a lot of energy into is barren and dead. It's like a desert, and it's time to let it go. And you're getting that energy, that information, that message so clearly, but you just keep trying to make this thing grow, and it's not. Be careful of who you take advice from. That's one of the warnings too. Your ancestors want you to know that not everyone who's giving you advice is giving you good advice. There may be someone who's trying to purposely mislead you, or their own limited beliefs and, thought patterns are influencing you negatively. Okay? Yeah, with this muddled, unclear thinking card coming out next to the moon, there's just confusion. If you find yourself in a state of confusion and uncertainty, the warning from your ancestors is to take things slow. The word grounding keeps coming up, maybe spending time in nature. Don't rush forward in areas where there's unclear thinking, where there's a lack of clarity, okay? Find a way to balance yourself and get calm before making decisions, especially when it comes to some type of partnership or contract, business, romantic, because there's like something that's hidden about it that needs to come out before you make a decision. For some of you, you'll see the truth by the month of June, so hang in there. This is weird, y'all. I've never seen this, but it looks like someone is trying to destiny swap with you, or they give you bad advice purposely so that you will not progress in life. And somehow they want to steal that energy, siphon that energy so that they would be the ones to benefit somehow. For others of you, the warning is there's something you haven't been doing, you haven't been moving forward on, and you know you need to move forward on it. And it's time to act. It's time to be courageous and confident and go in the directions you need to go. For some of you, this is, again, moving away from something that's unsuccessful. And it is. The ancestors are telling you, you know that it's not working out, but you keep pushing it. Yeah, Aries energy is coming through very powerfully. So it brings excitement. It brings a momentum that we can use in our daily life to progress, right? To progress on our goals and dreams and aspirations. But it's passion, and passion can be used in ways that are helpful, or it can be used in ways that are detrimental. There's a warning here that you might have some type of disappointment, right? And your ancestors want you to really work through that energy, process it as quickly as possible, and move on from it, because some of you would hold on to it, and then it becomes like this insidious energy that takes root in your being and blocks progress and makes you sad and unhappy. They want you to process this and move forward, okay? This is very important. Your ancestors are saying this is your ancestors are saying they're tired of you kind of sitting in lamentation, sitting in unhappiness because things didn't work out. It's okay to feel, right? To have emotional responses. They don't want you to get stuck in emotional responses, because then it stops you from progressing. Like things you would have done otherwise, now you're not doing them because you're stuck in this, oh no, look at how this turned out. They want you to move forward. For some of you, you have to be careful of an aggressive person. And this is a collective message. If you're out, and this could be even with driving, right? Like the really aggressive drivers and road rage, being out and there's like gunshots, gunfire, explosions, an explosion of energy where people start fighting. Protect your energy at this time, okay? Really pay attention to your intuition. There's some places and spaces that you should not be in at this time. That's why I encourage people who read to read everything before you go to do something, especially in crowds of people. Just check the energy, because you'll see sometimes that it's better that you just stay your ass home. Okay, if you want to learn how to read tarot, I have a book video combo for that on my website. Yeah, move forward from something. Don't get stuck in the energy of fight, argument, discord, sadness, depression, because doors are going to be opening at this time. There will be opportunities. And if you're stuck in those energies, it's hard for you to move forward. Your ancestors don't want you to get stuck. Cleanse your home and yourself. If you do spiritual cleansings, make sure to do that. Pray over yourself, over your home, over your travel, right? The toxic energy card is out here, and it came out next to the Ram card, which says a stubborn and aggressive person. Be careful of your anger getting the best of you at this time, okay? Really channel that energy, because like I said, there's some potent energy here. You can channel it into something positive. You can channel it into creating something for yourself. Another warning from your ancestors is, again, I'm getting something about someone trying to steal your gifts, steal what's rightfully yours, take something that doesn't belong to them, stand your ground. This is also encouraging some of you who have thought about giving up on a dream, on a goal, or something where you're using your unique gifts. Don't give up, stand your ground, okay? Yeah, some of you are going to be having some really strong visions, very powerful visions about what's to come, about things to look out for. Your ancestors say don't ignore it. Remember I was saying something about being patient at the beginning. The divine timing and take a breath card are here. Bide your time. Be patient. I don't know why Batala's energy is coming up so strongly for this reading. Slow down. Something is coming to you in divine timing. If you've been feeling like something is taking too long, the divine, your ancestors are saying, just breathe, just relax. Let things open up and flow to you in the correct timing. They're saying if you're one of the people that feels like your path is uncertain, your journey is uncertain, right? There's just a lack of clarity and you're not sure how things are going to turn out. Be open to what life has in store for you. Like, be open to the unknown. Be open to the lack of clarity. Accept it, right? And continue to just explore, adapt, and learn. And persevere. For some of you, you've experienced some type of success or completion, right? And your ancestors are saying, don't get complacent because there's been success. Don't just kind of now stop paying attention to the thing that you had success in. Really continue to focus on it and pay attention, right? Because it's like you're seeing it as a completion, but there's something about it where one part of it is done and now another part begins. So don't get lazy, don't get complacent. I don't know who that's for, but your ancestor is coming through really strongly with that. The ancestors are saying no matter what we see out in the world, it's important that we remain calm and flexible, that we adapt to the changes that we're experiencing now, okay? Don't get caught up in fear mongering. It's a balance. Don't get caught up in fear mongering, but also don't get caught up in wearing rose tinted glasses, which make it impossible or make it difficult for you to see the truth about situations, right? Pay attention, see things clearly, right? Make sure you're seeing things clearly. From my Odu Ifa Wisdom Oracle deck, the warning is the world rejects force. Gentleness is the accepted character. So this is not the time to be forceful and aggressive, to be stubborn, right? We want to move away from that type of activity, that type of behavior, and go towards gentleness. So again, ground your energy, slow down, avoid toxic interactions and exchanges, avoid fights. For some of you, the warning is you need to prioritize your mental health and wellness. You've been under so much stress and have experienced so much worry that it can take a toll on your physical body. So not only does it kind of drag you down into a depressive state, but it messes with your physical health as well. Your ancestors say regulate your nervous system, do deep breathing, meditate, mindfulness practices, have fun, play, find things you can do at home that are relaxing, that help you to decompress. The last warning is that there needs to be a leveling up in your relationships. Some of your relationships are no longer satisfying. They've kind of hit a wall. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough in common with the people you're around constantly. Whatever it is, it's time to level up, right? So you want to begin sharing your time, your energy, your resources with people that actually feel like home to you. Be careful of having a falling out with relatives and family at this time as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, drop an ashe in the comments. Talk to you next time. Peace.